What is up, crazy kids? Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm outside and it's really loud. Yes, no, maybe? Okay. Good, good, good. Let me know if the birds get to be too much, but it's either sit outside and listen to nature or go inside my house and listen to dogs and chickens and ducks, which is about to drive me up the wall. So just let me know. So, what up, everyone? It's been a while. Let me say hi to everyone. That girl, Libby, Texas. Kim, what up, boo? Catlin, Penny positive. Penny, um, you're in my thoughts. I know that your granddaughter had another surgery. So we are all going to be praying for a good outcome. Um, Nicolina, hello. Lips, Lion Mama. Let's see. Brandy B, hello. Okay. I know Izzy's still alive. I don't want to take away from her. But I've rescheduled this thing like 3 times, and that's just a bit ridiculous. So we're just going to go ahead and get it over with. Hello, Erica. Um, do I have anything planned? Nah, not really. We're just going to chit chat and just hang out and talk crap about people. Hello, Jimbo Lover. So normally I'm not one for rules, but we're going to go ahead and just attempt to put a couple in place today. Um, Most of us know all the crap that's been going on. I don't even think I really need to explain what I'm talking about, but we're not going to talk about that here. So, mods, normally I have a no blocking, lenient timeout rule, but not today. If anyone comes in asking ridiculous questions about any of that or making comments, go ahead and give them a 24-hour timeout. Another thing we're not going to do is we're not going to talk about Maggie or any other children. If that happens and it's in just a nasty, derogatory way, like if they're just being innocent and, kind of trying to see what's up or give well wishes or whatever, we'll allow that. But if they're being jackasses, go ahead and block them. If they want to be unblocked, they know how to get a hold of me. Crimes have consequences. Sister Callie, welcome, welcome. Um, where'd my banner go? If you want to give me money, $ chasing justice. All proceeds will be used for whatever the fuck I want. And I'm probably not going to explain myself. So that's that. So, how has everyone been doing? Everyone hanging in there okay? Despite everything? You guys, I've been on YouTube for a while, but I've had a channel for going on 3 years. And I actually have 2 channels, which is a lot. But it's gotten crazy ridiculous lately. I don't think I need to tell anyone that. I think everyone can kind of keep up and see how just insane it's been lately. Hey guys, Tiger Redstone, Cool Gamer. Welcome to everyone coming in. Thank you for being here. Fletch, how did I miss you? Okay, Fletch promises not to be a jackarse, so y'all gonna have to hold her to it. I'm going to try to watch chat more, which will be a big accomplishment for me, especially in my state of mind right now. Hello, Kiki. So, yeah, I found myself a couple of days last week needing to walk away. And that's not something that happens to me very often. I can usually just muddle through Texas, Ken, you're the bestest. Um, I can usually just muddle through and I'll make a few offhanded, silly comments, and I just like get out all my aggression that way with my mouth. That's been pissing people off a lot lately, though, so I'm not one that wants to really add fuel to the fire, but I don't know. Like, tensions are so high, everyone's so moody and in their feelings. And some people have just cause, right, to be super pissed off. Because I found myself getting more pissed off than I typically do. So I just want to make sure all of you guys are hanging tough. Don't let the man get you down, that kind of thing. I've seen some people like really pull together and lean on each other, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. But then I've also seen some people that used to be or used to have that dynamic just completely trying to rip people to shreds. And it's just like over the most nonsensical shit. It's like they hear the things that are coming out of other people's mouths and they know that it's not true. They know that there is no validity to it whatsoever. But they're just going to like run along with it like it's just not a big thing. And it is a big thing. Like there could be some real shitty consequences to some of this stuff, like real bad things could happen and people don't take that into consideration. But what I do see a lot of is I'm so glad I or you are finally sticking up for ourselves when we allowed someone to control our emotions for so long. Lame. That is the most lame excuse I've ever heard in my life. Nobody controlled your emotions. You are the captain of your own ship, sweetie pie. Whoever sweetie pie may be. If the shoe fits, put that puppy on and strut around. But that's been a big thing, and that always makes me giggle. Because nobody was controlling your emotions. You were right there, front and center, doing all the things, if not more. So to suddenly have a turnaround and like alienate so many people, like, because I haven't done shit to anyone, right? I'm not saying I'm completely innocent. I've been pissed at people or haven't been a fan of people, and I've said some heinous crap. I just a couple of minutes ago got done telling the whole world that, I run my mouth. We've all done it. But the difference is I choose to actually change my way of thinking and taking a step back and looking at how I might assess situations. Am I giving this person a fair shot? Or am I basing my opinion on emotion with how I feel about another person or another situation? I don't know. I don't see too many people out here evolving. I own me and what I do and say. No one bosses my ass around. You're right, Texas Kim. And people always question like I'm one that's always said I go where I want to go, and that's just, I mean, that's facts. I do go where I want to go. The reason I'm able to move around so freely is because the people that are in my inner circle have full confidence that I'm not going to be an asshat when I do. I mean, at least that's the impression I get. But I've had to work hard to get to that level of understanding. You can't run around here and like think you're being sneaky and talking crap from chat to chat and then, try to fly under the radar and say, well, I go wherever I want to go. Yeah, maybe you do, but then you fall in with the herd when you get there. Hey, Freeside. Freeside, is it nice to come into a chat where you don't have someone growling at you that you're going to get blocked and booted and you're a stalker and all of that. I don't know how you put up with that shit. Crimes, you deleted your own comment. Okay, Lips, we won't tell Freeside you're here. Who else has snuck in? Everyone waved to the people in the bushes. Hey, Ruby Doo, Rachel. They probably won't stick around in the bushes for long because I have a tendency to believe that nobody ever actually sticks around and listens to everything I have to say. And the reason I know this is because I get asked the same questions over and over and over again. Break the monotony, people. Go out on a limb and actually listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Oh, hey, bush people. It's okay if you guys want to come out of the bushes. You can just like put a little wavy hand, a little poop emoji. You can flip me off. Do whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, it is a-okay, and I won't lose a wink of sleep over it. Oh, thanks, Nick. I try to be. Like, there's no denying that I'm a little spitfire. I have a mean streak. I can be nasty when I want to be. But genuinely, I try to be like positive and give people a shot. But some people just don't deserve it. For instance, I don't know if you guys saw my community post last week, but I found this picture of this cute little dog that had a cute little smushy face and a cute little ponytail on top of its head. And the minute I saw it, I saw D-Boss. I'm not saying the woman's a dog. That's not what I'm saying. But her little ponytail on top of her head, it was like they were Twinkies. So I made a funny post about it because, in all fairness, D-Boss has been a raging bitch to me lately. I don't even have to say anything to her. She's one of those type of people that all I have to do is just like type a dot in the chat and they're like, oh my God, chasing. Ah, can I at least get in the door and sit down before you start biting my head off? Coming at me. Why aren't you calling out this? Why aren't you calling out that? Well, dummies. Once again, if you ever actually listen to anything I had to say, I've explained that so many times. When do you ever actually see me coming on here and just like balls to the wall calling something out? That's just not my groove. I just come on here and bullshit and talk about stuff. Like, I love conversation. You could be like the most beautiful person in the world by everyone's standards, but if you can't hold a good, strong conversation, I have no use for you. Like, don't impress me with how you look. Impress me with how your mind works. That's how you get in good with me. But yeah, those are the questions I get most often is, how can you sit by and you'll call out? Now, this is what always gets me. They say, how can you call out weak people like Mammoth and not call out Nick and the Mean Girls? Are you saying that your friend Mammoth is weak? Is that what you're doing? Is it a backhanded comment? Are you insulting her with not wanting everyone to see you're insulting her? Because that seems kind of shady. So that one's always one of my favorites. My other favorite would probably be, oh, I love it when people tell me to stop crawling up Nick's asshole. That's always a fun one because, like, I look around from side to side and up and down and behind me, and nothing about my little world I live in resembles a butthole. So, yeah, that would be a pretty far climb because we have some distance between us. Um, what's another one? Oh, I always get the little jabs about being in the Mean Girls chat, because yesterday we got a new member. Or was it the day? We've had a couple of new people in the last couple of days. Pretty awesome people, too. But I said something like Monday we harvest organs. Tuesday we plot and plan. Wednesday we wear pink, prison pink. Thursday we write scripts and make up rumors, and Friday is prank call day. So just know that if you're ever inducted into the Mean Girls, that's what you have to look forward to. And thrown in will be a couple of recipes and cute pictures, and we tell each other good morning and good night. That's the kind of stuff that goes on in there. So all you people that were like planning a way to sink your battleship, get over yourselves. Because we really don't spend any time talking about you or thinking about you at all. We do laugh at the animals at the zoo, though. Have you noticed that 2024, actually the end of 2023 and 2024, has been like the time of YouTube mascots? Everyone has a mascot now. Yes, that's what we do in the chat, Texas Kim. Don't tell anybody. They are just mad, Fluffy. And like, I don't know why everyone has their knickers all twisted like that, because it's not like the people that are over there, like smoking out of the nostrils and just getting all ticked off. They've done their fair share of shitty things too. They're not exempt. Hop back on this ride because you're part of it. Yes, Friday we take turns pooping in paper bags because, it is what it is. We're old ladies. Light them on fire, yes. And if you don't get enough brownie points throughout the week in the chat, then you have to be the one to actually step on it after you light it on fire. So yeah, that's a bad day for someone. Exactly, Texas Kim. They forgot what all they did while over here. And I don't know what all they did while over here. I wasn't around then. But I can tell you that in the little amount of time that I've been there, like, I haven't had a bad experience yet. We're human like everyone else. We all go through our emotions. Lord have mercy if we ever all sync up our cycles. God bless. That'll be terrible. I can only imagine the 20,000 square feet of personality that's going to come out of that chat if our cycles ever sync up. But yeah, like D-Boss has been really nasty to me. She hates seeing me in a chat. I can't go into any chat and make a peep without her jumping all over me. So D-Boss, that's why I made that silly picture. Laugh it off. It's not that deep, okay? I don't think that your face is smushed in. I don't think you're well, yeah, I do kind of think you're yappy. But your teeth seem to be a lot straighter than that dog's was. It's all in good fun, girl. But she got mad. She like made a comment underneath it, and well, actually she could kind of seem like she was going along with it at first, and then I said, "It's cute, huh?" But then she got kind of snippy. And then, oh my gosh, we had the escape bird or whatever she is now. She she went at me in my comments. And finally, I just had to tell her. She like said something about donating cents or something. And I told her she could have kept it because she needs more sense than anyone. Because I just had it. But I do like it when people leave comments. I like people to challenge me in my comments too. Like, if you have a question for me, right here, live and direct, put it in the comments. poor Mac B's been waiting on me to do an upload for like 2 weeks now because she had asked me a question in Mama T's chat. And at the time, I was prepared to give her a well thought out answer, and explain exactly how I felt about the situation. But because of the rule that I put in place at the beginning of this live, that we're just not going to talk about that shit, all I can say is I'm going to support my friend through. That's just who I am. Does supporting her now in this situation mean that I agree with everything she's ever done? No. But all of that doesn't matter in the here and now. Because all the people that are complaining that she's done this or that have all been a part of something too. Whether you're the carrier pigeon that runs from chat to chat telling half truths to stir shit up, or if you're the person that's actually in the super secret chats or Discord servers and all that stuff where you're exchanging information to try to harm someone or embarrass someone, or whether you're the one out here actually giving the information to the world, it doesn't matter. You subs walk around, and sorry, I'm not putting down, like, I love my subs. You guys are my tribe. I have nothing but respect for you as long as you're respectful for me. So, but there are some that really don't care. They don't care about the creator that they're all for that month, and they don't care about their newfound friends in the chat. It's all about score and brownie points. And you people know who you are. Hey, Mr. Nobody. You guys feel free to drop links for people, like drop Mr. Nobody's because he is just makes me laugh all the time. Drop Jason's link, Kaz, if you're still here. Drop Jason's link because he makes me laugh too, and he has like the best radio voice. I could listen. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, I thought my thing went out. But Jason, I love his channel. He's like getting better at doing videos. He's uploading for us every day, sometimes twice a day. And he has the cutest little squirrel video on there. So go watch that video and give it a like. But yeah, mods, go ahead and drop anyone's channel. Hey, Fugitive Recovery. I'm good. I'm good. Hope you're well. So yeah, I see some subs who are just like, I feel bad for the ones who genuinely are just trying to find a place of enjoyment, a place where they fit in and they feel like, they're a part of a good group of people. I hate watching those just kind of getting left behind and running around in circles. And they express it all the time. Those are the ones that always say, I just want to have a good place to chat. YouTube shouldn't be like this. This is nuts. Or the ones that I have to take a break. Because in all honesty, YouTube shouldn't be this hard. It wasn't when I first started. I used to be way more interested in going live than I am now. Because now shit has gotten so deep that there's so many subjects that I don't even want to get near because I have a clear understanding of how the people involved must feel, and the people who are doing the shady shit. Let's be honest. Can you honestly say that you lay your heads down at night knowing what you've done and you're okay with that? I mean, if you've forgiven yourself and let it go, then more power to you. But I just, it's all fun and games when people are showing up to your house because someone put an ad on Craigslist that you're giving away everything in your house, That all seems funny at the time. But can you imagine the caliber of people that you would be sending to someone's front door? Like if someone does that to me, if anyone ever put an ad in Craigslist and sent random people to my house, knowing that I have 2 daughters in this house, man, I'm gonna be one pissed off little redhead. I'm gonna go for the jugular. You want to mess with me? Mess with me all day, but don't do anything to me that's gonna put my kids in jeopardy. Because all 5'2" of this dynamite is gonna blow up in your face. Don't be messing with the kids at all. That's just crazy. Y'all are bitching that people show up to your house when you have minor children in there. So be sending them to someone else's. We're not 12 anymore. Some of this shit just gets flat out dangerous. And I commend people for always, putting one foot in front of the other and putting on a brave face and dealing with this shit day in, day out. And all you people that are running around, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but I've seen so many people in chats, a lot of people in Mammoth's chat, they can't get enough of it. Oh my gosh, Nick's been taking so many L's. Oh my gosh, the mean girls are falling apart. Nah, bitches. We're just sitting back enjoying the show. We've had plenty of stuff going on without all of that. Yesterday, we learned about this super shady mayor. Dear Lord, that woman just takes and takes and takes and takes. Nick did an awesome live about that yesterday. I enjoyed learning about it. So if someone could drop the link for that live, I would really appreciate it. Hey, Chaos and Roses. Manchester. Spectral got a new bird. His name is Jack. Super cute. Yes, Fluffy, that was a great live. Like, I had no idea. I had heard a little bit about that woman. But once Nick started digging in and, the stuff just kept coming. Like, it was coming out of Mary Poppins' handbag. Hello, Ray Jones. Grubby. Brandy says, I just wish it would all stop. People get back to having fun again. Yeah. YouTube used to be so much fun. Like, going back to when I first started. Like, I used to have tons of fun. I'd sit in AB's chat all the time, and it was just fun. It was even fun for a little bit when Tiffers was there. But it was more fun when she left again. But yeah, I would go all over the place, and I would see all the same people, and everyone got along for the most part. Rapper was somewhat normal. He wasn't running around being the vile little asshat he has been lately. He would just always, Gamer Guy would show up in every chat. And he was just cool. I remember him talking to me about when his grandfather was sick and how he was bummed out and stuff. But now, you never know what you're going to get with him. It's sad because I used to really like Gamer Guy, but this new, not really improved version named Rapper and whatever else name he comes up with for the day, not my cup of tea. The thing is, people scream they don't like drama, but the views tell it differently. Yeah. That's just it. My number has gone up a little bit in the last 20 minutes, so that means somebody probably ended, or word has gotten out that Chasing's live. Let's go see what that bitch has to say. Yeah. But they probably won't stay for the whole thing, you know. I don't really push the thumbs up. It'd be, if you guys want to tickle the thumbs up, go right ahead. If not, I'm not offended. I'm not monetized right now. It doesn't really make a difference, you know. Whatever. Hey, Bush Watchers. We are so happy to have you, Bush Watchers. It's spring is in the air. Make sure you brought your bug spray. I am not responsible for any chiggers, ant bites, mosquito bites, or any other kind of creepy crawlies that bite you on the ass. You're welcome. They are spying, but what are they? Why do you people come to my channel to spy? That's what I want to know, because mine is probably the the most least exciting. Like, we don't have fun here. After all, I'm just some know-it-all who is not unbiased. I'm just a big old meanie because I don't call out everyone that everyone thinks I should. Get over it. Hey, Jason. I was just bragging on you a minute ago. I was telling everyone how I thought you had a radio voice. Like, for real, I told Kaz the other day, I was like, he could narrate bedtime stories and I would just like pass smooth out. Not because you're a boring guy, because you definitely make me laugh and you're not boring. But you just have that voice. And I told her that you need to go live more. So if you don't want to be like you can come on my panel anytime you want. Oh no, Grubby, I'm surprised my Wi-Fi has held on as long as it has, because I'm outside, nowhere near the router. It's windy out here, but it's so nice. Yesterday it was like low to mid 70s, and it was really hot because it's so humid and icky here all the time. But today it is in like the mid 60s, and it's amazing. Amazing. But with the nice weather comes like all the pollen. You guys, I have a blue car, like a really pretty blue car. But it's actually green right now because all of the pollen is just like covering it. It's gross. You like brush up against it, and the next thing you know, you have a big yellow spot across your butt. Terrible. Terrible. So, what do you guys think about all this crap? Oh, I probably should better get back to you guys. You got to keep me on track sometimes, because I get to talking, and Lord knows we're all in debt. But I was going to talk about the question that Mac B, like, I need to answer her question, because Mac B used to give me a hard time too. Now, there's been like a couple of brief instances where like I thought, well, Mac B might kind of grow on me, because she's like made a comment that I agreed with or something. But for the most part, she's been really nasty to me too. She's one that thinks I'm a know-it-all. But I mean, I'm not a know-it-all. I just know it all. But she wanted to know how I felt about the situation that was going on. And this was probably right at 2 weeks ago. And, you know, I wanted to explain why I don't like that you only have 200 characters in a chat to like make a comment. I can never get a full thought out with 200 characters. I just can't, because I don't know. I just like to explain why I feel the way I do, because I know that's going to be the next question someone asks. So I told her that I would upload a video because I wanted to explain, and it was too much for a chat. And she has just been patiently waiting. I just never got around to it. So long story short, I sympathize. I completely understand the sting of it all. I can understand maybe where the other side, like for them, where it's coming from. I try to always understand both sides of a situation, It doesn't mean, I always have to stress this, it does not mean that I agree with everything. That situation has evolved into something much worse, and it is something that is currently being used as a way to get back at someone else. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's cool. We can never really know everything that's going on in someone else's life, right? We only know what they want us to know, what they are willing to share. Even when you have a handful of people running around thinking that they have all the extra details, the big, the exclusive news and the details of a situation, rest assured that they don't even know everything. It's not our business to know everything that's going on in someone else's life. As humans, we have to learn self-control and when we need to rein ourselves in. Ask yourself, if someone was doing this to me, how much could I bend before it actually broke me? Be honest. Don't try to proclaim yourself to be king of the world and you can just take all the pressure and nothing ever gets to you, because that's a total crock of shit. If you're human, this stuff gets to you. It may not get to you on a big level. It might just affect you very minimally, but it affects you. If you have any kind of heart, soul, feelings whatsoever, some of this stuff is going to bother you. It's up to you how you handle it. So when it comes to how I feel about situations, 9 times out of 10, if it's a shitty situation, I'm not going to agree with it. This shit has gotten way out of hand. And so many people are wanting to throw their hands up in the air saying, I haven't done anything. I'm completely innocent. No, nobody's completely innocent of everything. I'm just a big stickler for that. Don't get mad when something gets done to you if you've done it to someone else. Now, does that mean that I don't understand why someone is being hurt or affected or bothered? Do I not feel bad for people? Yeah, I do. I'm not going to budge from my position. As many people that are telling me, just wait until she does something to you, then you'll learn. Well, you know what? If I do something to deserve something being done to me, I have no right to bitch. But as long as I stay true to who I am and I don't shit on people and I don't go out of my way to hurt people or do shady things or try to, pull something over on someone, then I'm in the clear. What do I have to worry about? I try to avoid getting immersed in the bullshit because Lord knows my real life has enough going on as it is. So for everyone wanting me to call a certain person out or pick fights about this or speak out on this person's behalf, no. Rarely do I ever speak out on anyone's behalf, but what I will do is stand right beside them while all this chaos and crazy shit unfolds, and I'll be a good friend. I'll be a good mod. I'll be a good acquaintance. I'm going to do my part because my part is the only thing I have control over. It's the calling out of people for the exact same shit you've done over and over is what gets me. No, man, own your shit before you call someone else out. Exactly. Hey, September Virgo. Lil G. Everyone else who has popped in, Pindar. It does get old. It does get really old. Um, and everyone's doing it, let's be honest. We all have our moments of hypocrisy. I know I have. Because I don't always remember right away. Or maybe I'm in denial. It's like, it takes me a minute to think, okay, well, I really was kind of nasty to that person. So I get it if they're a little pissed. Within reason, though. If they're jumping to the most heinous retaliation tactic that they can go to get back at me for putting a puppy dog picture up about them, then that's just crazy. And I'm not saying that's what D-Boss did. I was just using that as an example. I know that I like to poke the bear and rock the boat and, get a reaction out of people. I do. It's like my guilty pleasure. But I try to keep it within certain parameters. But if you come at me guns blazing, well, then I'm probably going to clap right back. Mammoth is just going to keep me blocked till the end of time. She's another one I have a bone to pick with. That interview I did with her was crap. She didn't actually try to ask me anything to get to know me as a person. She just wanted me to agree with her on everything. And when I didn't agree with her, she just talked over me. So that was just counterproductive. Perfect example of why I never wanted to go on her panel. So she thought she was going to be exposing me for something, like catching me in a trap or whatever she thought she was doing. But all she did is expose herself for being a loudmouth who has no patience whatsoever when it comes to panel guests, because she's proven that time and time again. You get on a panel with Mammoth and you're going to get yelled at. Or someone up there with you is going to get yelled at and talked over. And it's just silly. But I go in her chat. I had to create a whole nother account and I called it CJ 2.0 Mama T's favorite. And she blocked me as soon as she saw it. She's like, get that bitch out of here. Lady, don't growl at me. You know you love me, Mama T. Yes, that's all she wanted to do, Texas Kim. She wanted to scold me. She didn't answer any questions I had, and I barely dipped in. Like, I barely dipped my toes in the water when it came to questions I was ready to rapid fire at her. I wanted her to ask questions about me and get to know me. Because if people take the time to actually just get to know me a little bit, then they can understand my thinking process. But if you're not willing to get in someone else's mind and like take a peek around and kind of see what makes them tick and how they think, then you're never going to understand anything. And it's just dumb. Like, how can you move around in the world with not wanting to like understand your surroundings and situations? Lil G says, chasing you so tried with that lady. We all thought you were crazy, but you wanted to form your own opinion. I just never could with her. And that's right. I did want to form my own opinion, you jackasses who think that I'm biased and don't give everyone a fair shot. I absolutely do. Why do you think I'm over there in your chats? I'm over there in your chats to ask questions, to understand why you feel the way you do. And I get blocked. And I stay blocked. And if I say anything, like Mammoth's going to find out, someone's going to clip me talking about this. Or they're going to tell Mammoth that Casey was talking about being blocked. And you know what she's going to say? She's going to say, oh, she's in her fifis because I blocked her. Quit whining, Chasing. Don't cry. Bitch, I don't want to be unblocked because, like, you're my favorite person. But you, as this woman who's using their voice to stand for something, you need to be willing to have people question you. That's only fair. I'm not going to just fall in line to anyone else's way of thinking. You've got the wrong girl if that's what you're looking for. Amy, it's Amy's birthday, everyone. So everyone tell Amy happy birthday. She's so special to me. So, what else can we talk about? Oh my gosh. Toasty. Holy hell, how did I forget about her? So she has been like sporadically coming live, and she's still talking. She's still talking about this phone call she got. Like, she swears that she knows who it is. The police are going to get to the bottom of it. The poor woman brought some like other resident from the care facility on and tried to pass him off as her husband. It was a rough road with her. And I feel bad for her in a way. Like, I'm probably going to go to hell for talking about her like this, but I've really tried with her. And that's another one who blocked me like from Jump Street and hasn't unblocked me since then. Oh, it's so, you know how frustrating it is when you go in a chat and you like have all these kick-ass comments that you're making only to find out that none of them are showing up because you're blocked. Like, that sucks. I've burned out all my accounts with her. She's zapped every single one of them. But she always goes on and on and on about how she never watches anything. She never watches anything, okay? Keep that in mind. But she has all these people that are sending her clips and links and recordings and screenshots, and she is just getting all the deets because she is like YouTube celebrity and everyone is looking out for her. Girl, we know that's not true. We know that nobody is emailing you anything. You're not having any super secret society meetings on some super secret channel where the super secret documentary is coming out and blah, 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 blah. The only people calling you all hours of the day and night are the same telemarketers that call me all day. If I went live every time I got a blocked number or a private call or an unknown number, anytime any of those people would call me, if I went live every single time, I would be here 24/7, 365. I would never be able to get off the damn internet. Out of all the phone calls I get, I probably know 4 of the people. I get phone calls for the guy who had my phone number before it was mine. And I think that he probably still just uses that number, thinking it's a dead number, to like sign up for crap online. You know how like if you want to get a free trial for all the streaming platforms, you know, you just make up some random crap. So I think he signs up for subscriptions and all that shit because I get all these calls from people wanting their money. Or like one time I got a guy calling to schedule to come work on my air conditioner unit. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, because he thought that the guy was still renting, or he thought that this was still his phone number. It was just ridiculous. So, but anytime anyone calls her, she thinks she knows. She's convinced it's either Nicolina or Jimbo. She just knows it in her heart of hearts. Everyone's going to jail. Police are going to prove it. And she's got the clips and the screenshots. And, oh, there's a little baby lizard. Yeah. So she's a trip. I've tried to help her too. I tried to tell her that, you know, I did a whole live. Even invited her to come talk to me. Try to help her like with the direction for her channel because she is holding out on us. She said she was going to start doing meditation streams. Never done that. Yes, and Toasty, news flash. There are such things as Google numbers, text now numbers. There's all kinds of apps where you can get like secondary phone numbers free of charge. You can just sign up for as many as you want to, actually. You can even choose the phone number you want. All you have to do is enter in like a state or an area code that you may or may not live in. And then they assign you a phone number. And you can change those all the time. It could be anyone calling you. But you're hell bent on blaming it on those two people. My dogs are trying to chew and escape out of the backyard. Judah, hold on. Oh my gosh, they're crazy. So yeah, she never takes that into consideration though. She comes on here ranting and raving about, oh my gosh, you people will be found out. I can assure you, you're not affecting my life. I'm out spending time with my family and my friends. And she just goes on and on and on about how great her life is and how we should all be ashamed of ourselves because she is getting unknown phone calls. Oh, my dog just ran out the door. Hold that thought. My dogs are so bad today. So, yeah, every day when she comes on, we have to hear about how she always brings up her conditions or whatever she has going on with her and says that she has plenty of things in her life, that she's just not that miserable person that we are. Nonsense. What else has been going on? There were so many things I was thinking of earlier because I had to get like do some stuff this morning. I was sitting there waiting around, and I'm like, We talked about D-Boss's hairstyle. I would just like to make a blanket statement. And this is not like putting anyone down. I'm not mad at anybody, blah, blah. There are no targeted attacks going on. I know that every time something happens, everyone's real quick to say, oh, I'm just being targeted because of this. That's another thing that we all have to like control how we react to certain things. If you find yourself treating someone a certain way simply because of who they're associated with, maybe you should rethink that decision. I know that initially when stuff happens, we all have a tendency to be mad at like a collective group of people. But sometimes people really can be just innocent bystanders. Like they don't want to get involved in the shit. They get along with everyone. They're not choosing, one color or the other. Um, Shit happens, but don't every time something happens, you don't need to automatically assume that it's a certain person that did it to you for this reason. And then before you ever actually know that that's what's going on, you go out and tell everyone. Because when tensions are high like this, when everyone is like unsure of everyone else and there's just this big battle going on. I mean, everyone's fighting. It's not just the obvious. I mean, if you really pay attention, there's like little groups of infighting all over the place. Everyone's pissed off. Maybe it has something to do with the eclipse. Who knows? But everyone's been moody lately. But when tensions are high like that, if someone just like blurts something out, if it goes against the person that the majority is against, everyone's going to take that as fact. And it's not always the case. I see a lot of stuff get pushed out here as being fact when it's just not. And I'm not speaking on anything in particular. I'm just like putting that out there as a general observation. Today is Tuesday, Catlin. The solar flares. Oh, holy hell. Did you guys see the whole boat thing this morning? The whatever kind of boat that was that hit that bridge. I know what kind of boat it was. I just can't think of it right now. My mind's a little slow. That was terrible. A cargo thing. Yeah. That hit that bridge. Oh my gosh. I watched the video where it showed the moment of impact and it was heartbreaking. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine being in a situation like that where I'm just chilling on the bridge and then all of a sudden the bridge is no more. That's terrible. You know, and I will say, as horrible as this sounds, I will say, you know, thank goodness it happened at the time it did and not like in rush hour traffic where that bridge was just full of people and cars, and not only just cars with drivers, but cars with children, you know, like coming home from school or daycare, or, you know, moms coming home from work. Oh, the 7 are still missing. Man, that's awful. My hearts go out to the people who are missing and their families, you guys. We'll have to keep an eye on that and the updates and things like that. There's just everyone's sitting here worried about all this silly YouTube shit going on. But if you actually step outside of that for a minute and take a look at like everything else going on in the world, this stuff is a piece of cake. It's just not that deep. Everyone's trying to make it that deep, and it's just not. And because everyone's trying to make it that deep, people are just like getting into rare form and just doing vile shit, and it's just not cool. So, okay, there were construction workers on the bridge, right? And they were working on the bridge, filling in holes and stuff when it happened. And then I guess probably at 1:30 in the morning, there weren't that many cars, right? Oh, the P. Diddy stuff. Honestly, all I can tell you about that is his house was raided, and I think 2 of his sons and one of his production people were arrested at an airport. I haven't been watching that. Um, yeah, I was never really a fan of his to begin with, so the fact that he's gotten caught up in something like this doesn't surprise me. What else? Yeah, I just don't know a lot of details. They raided his house, and I'm guessing they found a lot of stuff. Oh, right, they did. Okay, so Ray Jones says they stopped traffic from entering the bridge right before it hit. So, you know, that's amazing that they just happened to be doing work on that bridge, which stopped the traffic flow. And, you know, it was just one of those catastrophes that you never see coming. That's what I'm always talking about, you guys. Like, check yourself, you know, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. You never know. I always try to end my day like knowing that even though I know I wasn't perfect that day, did I do my best? And if I didn't do my best, what can I improve on the next day? Because you never know when you're going to be snuffed out of this world or when you're going to lose someone that you care about. And it would suck because I've been in situations before where I was in a position where the last thing I said to someone wasn't what I wanted to say. And a lot of time passed. You know, not all situations turn out where that's your final word you get to say to someone, but all that time that had passed would have been a lot different probably if I would have been able to say all the things I needed to say in that moment. But it's all good now. But you just never know. Like, I would feel bad if I was a complete asshole to someone and then something happened to them. There would be a part of me that felt terrible. Now, if someone does something so vicious to me, then I'm going to become numb to that person, right? So I probably won't care if something happens to you. I'll feel bad for your family and the people that did like you, but I would probably in my mind just think, well, that's what you get. If you weren't such an asshole, maybe nothing bad would have happened to you. I don't know. Like, humans, we are weird creatures. We're all made up differently. We all have different ways of thinking, different, processes that we go through for forming opinions. We react differently to things. None of us are all the same. So I don't know why everyone wants to live in an echo chamber and try to be like cookie cutter foot soldiers. I'm not that girl. I'm not going to be mad at people because I have 15 people attacking me in a chat asking me why I'm not mad at someone. It's not going to happen. So for all you little jerks that are running around saying that I'm biased, no, I've given all of you chances. I've spoken to all of you. I've tried to be nice to all of you. But you guys just don't like me. Why don't you like me? Because of who my friends are. So you know what I have to say about that? You can fuck right off. Because I like my friends. Kaz says, I'm a thick-skinned biatch. If I'm done, I'm done. I like to be this way. Thanks to that, I feel safe and know no one can hurt me. That's true. I have lived most of my adult life with a wall up because I was afraid of being hurt. I think a lot of us are like that. We all have our protective gear we put in place. And when you see some of the stuff that's going on around us, like in life on YouTube, in everyone's personal situations, it's no wonder. But you can't put blinders on, right? When you're putting on your armor and you're trying to fight through every day, you can't put blinders on. You have to be willing to open your eyes and allow yourself to actually see everything for what it is. If you go into every situation with a closed mind, you're never going to progress. But I mean, that's just what I think. That's how I feel about it. Not all of you have to agree. I like it when people don't agree with me. I like it when we can have a back and forth conversation. It doesn't always have to be a debate or an argument. So many people with closed minds running around. I've said it in so many lives before. I can always find something, at least one thing good in everyone. Let me read some comments. Yeah, that stuff with Diddy's crazy. And then all that stuff with like the Nickelodeon thing. My gosh, I haven't even really been paying attention to that. I just like heard whispers of something going on. And honestly, it like makes me sick to my stomach to hear about stuff like that. So, but then my 10-year-old is like, well, did you hear about? And I'm like, oh my gosh, why do you know all of this stuff and I don't? But apparently, like with all this stuff with Diddy and the Nickelodeon, like all these people's names are being brought into this stuff. And it's just whether they were a victim or a perpetrator, like, gosh, the victims having to relive this crap all over again and having like moments in their life brought to the surface for everyone, that's terrible. Life is short, man. Let's see. Chaos and rigid. You're too tired and lazy to be a foot soldier. You can have a desk detail. Well, fugitive recovery, being kind to others, I wouldn't consider that a downfall, because like I always try to treat people with kindness. Now, once you piss me off, that kindness is going to, start to dwindle away. But I also have a very dry sense of humor. Like, I'm a smart ass. Probably a lot of times I don't really need to be. It's like not appropriate to be, but I still am. I can't help myself. But I would say kindness is a good quality to have, fugitive. Like, don't stop being who you are because a select few are jerks, Like, and I'm sure you and I are on the same level, of one situation I'm talking about. Like you were taken advantage of. It's obvious. Fuck it. We'll go ahead and talk about it. Like to be told that you're not getting paid back. The excuse I was given by someone, it wasn't her. It was one of her eagles. They snapped at me in comments and said it was because in the memo line, you didn't put loan. Therefore, you didn't have to be paid back, which I thought was total bullshit. Mama T, that's bullshit. Pay them back their money. I know that everyone's gotten away from calling you out on that stuff lately, but since I'm already blocked, screw it. I still think that you owe a lot of people money. You owe D-Boss money. As much as I don't like her right now, pay her back. Pay everybody back that you owe. You're not out here working anymore. What are you doing? While you're out here talking about other people saying, oh, they're not working. Woman, you have, out of all the time I've known you on YouTube, you've probably only worked an eighth of that time. But you're out here screaming and hollering at other people like you've been working for the last 25 years. That's what I'm talking about with your hypocritical crap. But you're the first one to hop on your channel 14 times a day and talking about, oh, the hypocrites, the stalkers, the bullies, the blah, blah, blah. Ma'am, have you lost your marbles? So yeah, don't ever apologize for choosing to be kind to people. There was something else I wanted to talk about that's been going on, and it wasn't anything serious. It was just something I wanted to giggle about with everyone. I can't freaking remember what it was. One good thing about you, Jody, I think that you have a very kind heart and a very kind soul. I think that your energies have been misdirected. I think that um I don't think that the things that I have heard, and I don't know what's fact and what's not. All I know is the things that I have heard that you have done, and I may not have heard everything. Um I have always felt like, and I'm just being honest with you, I've always felt like you abused your authority and your skills for the wrong reasons. I feel like you abused that power and helped provide information that could have potentially put people in harm's way. I don't know you well enough to decide whether the things you have done are just, there's no coming back from it. But I mean, from what I know of you, I don't really have any personal complaints about you other than the fact that I think you abused your power for bad. See, like Nicolina she has more experience with you. I don't know really the extremes that you've done, but that's kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm saying though about abusing your power to provide information to people that could put others in harm's way. I don't think that's fair to people, especially when it's done to them simply because they don't agree with the way you feel. Like, I don't think that's cool. Queen Ashley. Hey, Jimbo. I have been sporting my stand shirt around. I encourage everyone. I know pretty much every one of us here subbed up to the stand, but tell your friends about it. Tell them to go sub up. Hop on and chat every once in a while. They may have an opportunity to win a t-shirt, or you can purchase a t-shirt if you would like. Mine is comfy. It is soft. It is lightweight because I'm always hot, I'm an old lady, and that's what I just said, Jody, is that I don't really know you. But from what I do know is that I don't have to, me seeing that you abuse your power to harvest people's personal information. That's a personal observation. That's not because anyone has told me that. I've seen it. I heard Ernie say that you've done it. I mean, it is what it is. But no, as far as making a concrete personal opinion about you, I don't have one because I don't know you like that. Little G, I always miss the stand at night too, but it's usually the first thing I put on in the mornings, like when I'm getting up and like making lunches and making breakfast and doing what I do. Yeah. What are what powers? Your skills. You're abusing your skills, like, because from the story I remember was that was your job at one time. Skip tracing was your job. I don't know. I think now to hear it, it was more of a hobby. But either way, you took, like, you have a little more knowledge than the average person on YouTube, right? So you knew exactly where to look, how to get things, and you did hand it over to him. I mean, there's no denying that. Well, I mean, that's okay, Ray, that you don't agree. If she held that as a job and she was gathering people's personal information to be used for nefarious reasons, then that is an abuse of skills and employment or job or knowledge or whatever. Especially if she at any time was a professional skip tracer. I mean, if you go to these people search sites, it tells you sign the little thing that says you're not going to be using the information. No, it is ifs, but it still doesn't change the fact that she provided personal information to be used with malicious intent. Take the professional part out of it, and she still used her knowledge to provide information to dox people. Yeah, like I always listen to the stand first thing in the morning. Sometimes if I wake up throughout the night, I'll put it on and listen until I fall back asleep. But I get up pretty early, so I hate when I wake up in the middle of the night because sometimes I can't fall back asleep, and that sucks. I love sleep. Luna. Well, you guys, I don't know. I've rambled for an hour and 14 minutes. I have to go pick up Mini Me soon. I have a few more minutes though. If anyone has any questions or if anyone wants to hop up for a second, I can always walk you guys with me to the bus stop. Like, I've seen a lot of dirty things in the past. When you, like, do you guys ever sit back and think over the past 2 years? Like, do you replay the events in your head? And if you do things still look the same to you today as they did back then? Like, I know, like back then, in the moment, you see things, your mind makes you see things a certain way, but maybe something has changed over the course of time. So when you think about that moment today, do you still feel the same about it? That's the kind of stuff I think about. I might be a little weird. I'm a deep thinker, no doubt about that. Like, I overthink too much. But that's just how my brain works. Like, I have to like process from point A to Z and everything in between. It's wrong if whoever tries to hurt people or their family. Well, see, here's how I feel about it. Um, like, even if no, like if someone gets doxxed and all their information's identifying birthmarks, placement of their moles, and all that stuff gets put out, it doesn't take someone actually coming to their house to do something harmful to make it wrong in my eyes. It's just the potential that someone could show up that bothers me, because there's a lot of times where I'm here by myself, or I'm here by myself with my two girls. Sometimes when my son's home, you never know who's going to be here. And even though we're a gun toting family and I'm a good shot, it's still, uncomfortable to know that people know where I am. Like, that's not cool. I don't know. Like, I didn't know when doxing became the new black. Like, and I especially feel bad when people's information gets put out, if they have young children at home. If someone wants to put their own information out, more power to them. That's on them. I don't have a right to go find anyone's information and put it out for them, though. I mean, I haven't. To date, I've never doxed anyone in almost 3 years. Does that mean I won't ever do it? I don't know. Someone would have to push just the right button in order for me to react that way. But shit, anything's possible, I guess. I try to avoid it. Have I ever been tempted? Probably a little, but I haven't done it. Yes, especially coming from people who claim to protect women and children. Sniffs at the seat at the hospital. Blech. Oh, well, you guys, I have about 6 minutes left. I'm gonna try to start going live more often. I like once I actually get it going, like once I actually press that button, I enjoy it. I really do. I like hanging out with everyone. Hey Beth, it's got to be scary wondering if some internet weirdos could come to your door. No shit. I would be a nervous wreck if I was in Mark's position right now and I had a bunch of randos showing up at my house wanting my dog, my socks, my washer and dryer, what I had for dinner last night. Like, what the crap? That would be awful, you know? I think it sucks because I see a lot of people really trying to rein it in and not go that route anymore. And, ay, ay, ay. The September Virgo, that would be awesome if they had some kind of like consequence in place. If you dox, sorry guys, I burped. Excuse me. Um, if you dox someone and it got reported, yes, Ray, that's happening to Mark right now. It just happened I think a couple of days ago was the last time I saw it. but I think it pretty much happens on a daily basis. He uploads videos of people showing up to his house. And I guess the ads say something like, don't call or email, just show up, or because he works nights, so they tell him to show up at like ungodly hours. And it's just awful because it's not only inconvenient for him, but I think there was one guy that had driven quite a distance thinking he was coming to get something, only to get there and find out that that item isn't even available. It's just not cool. You're wasting people's time. Or like, say you have a single mom who has been searching ads on the daily, needing a washer and dryer because they have children at home and need a way to do laundry. And they've been, just waiting for the perfect one to come up. And then you find one that's for free, and then you go to get it and it's not a real ad. That would suck. That would be heartbreaking. I think his dad and his brother, I believe, live there. I think. I'm not 100%. But yeah, that could get somebody hurt, Grubby. Someone could be pissed off that the item they're coming to get isn't available. That's just not cool. And to do it one time is bad enough, but to keep doing it over and over, and I don't know who's responsible for it, but whoever it is, I don't agree with you doing that. I don't think it's cool. And unfortunately, I'm putting myself in the line of fire just by saying I don't think it's cool. So if that's the thing, you've got people willing to go to such extremes to back others into corners for like, you either can't say anything at all or risk having something happen to you if you say something against whatever they're doing. It's nuts. Ooh, what are we voting for? Did I miss something? Yeah, I recommend that everyone have a doorbell camera or a solar motion light. I have solar motion lights. Plus, on my little country road, there's no street lights whatsoever. So when my parents moved into this house before I inherited it, my parents had the power company put a street light like at the end of their driveway. So it's the only one on the street. And when I inherited the house, I inherited the pole and the monthly payment that I have to pay every month to have it. But it's not that much. It's like $13. But it lights up my yard pretty well. Plus, I have a pit bull and a lab, and you got to get past them first, and then you have to get past my arsenal. Kaz, everyone get your hazmat suits. That was something else. That outfit. Ernie, that outfit you had on the other night was snazzy. That big old chain and that satin jacket. Woo! Hugh Hefner. And that red chair. I felt like you were about to take a glamour shot or something. Oh, and if any of you want one of the lightning tiger pendants, make sure you go over there and check it out. If you want to know what they look like, you can just log on to Alibaba Express or something like that. One of those little things. And they sell the little pendant thing. His are going to be hand painted. Um, I think the other day he said he had like 6 or 7 left, maybe. I think he only had 10 to start for now. But yeah, you don't need any money now. Just email him. Say, I want one of those sassy little pendants. I tried to convince him that he needed to paint the eyes on all of them blue to match mine. He didn't think that was funny. Ernie's mad at me again, I guess. But, oh well. I think that those pendants would be amazing if they had blue eyes and then like the tops of their heads like was painted red and it like faded out into like tiger color, maybe. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I do not know if any are painted yet. Crimes, I do not know. The last ones I saw was just the picture that everyone else saw. It was like two white ones put together. Ernie's in chat. Hey, Ernie. So I don't know his email off the top of my head, but you can email him. Hang on one second. You guys, I might lose you in a second because we're going on a cruise to the bus stop and then I got to put an earbud in. So I'll probably drop you for a second. Oh, it's hot in here. Um, so apparently Ernie's mad at me because I spoke on his pendant. Ernie, I did not say anything bad about your pendant. I told people where they could go see a picture of it and that you were hand painting yours. So if that got your tiger tail in a bluster, I don't know what to tell you. Because I've been nice to you. I've been respectful to you. I haven't said shit to you. So I fucked myself. Oh, that irritates me. When people get mad at you for no reason. Hell, I told people if they wanted one to go over there and email him. Shit. I even told him that if he sent me a shirt, I would freaking wear it and take a picture and promote it. No, he wasn't nice telling me to fuck myself. Yeah, and people never talk to me like that. Hey, sweet vixen. I don't know. I don't know where Ernie got his pendants from. I just know that Alibaba is one place that you can get them. If you want to see what they look like, you can go on their app or website. That's all. Or you can go on his channel.
I want to see what one of the hand painted ones look like. I still think that even though he told me to go fuck myself, that he should paint all the pendants with blue eyes. I know, Mama, too. I will wear anybody's t-shirt and promote it. I've got AB t-shirts. I've got, let's see, who else? I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got like a bunch of craft channel t-shirts. Oh, cayenne pepper pills. You know, every time he talks about the cayenne pepper, it makes me think of that. Remember a few years ago, everyone was doing that, the master cleanse, and it was like lemon water with cayenne pepper and maple syrup, and like you just do nothing but drink that for days. You can do it from anywhere from like 3 to 14 days. I think some people did it, and apparently like Beyonce lost a bunch of weight. She lost like 20 pounds for that movie Dreamgirls. So every time I hear people talking about cayenne pepper, it reminds me of that. Killer Looks has some good merch. I'll have to check it out. Like, I'm trying to save all my monies, you guys, because I have like something important coming up. Like, hopefully, a good trip coming up soon. So, I'm trying not to buy any unnecessary things because this is way more important. Well, I do know, like, because he talked about cayenne pepper so much, it made me, like, I looked it up to see. Cayenne pepper does do a lot of good stuff for the body. So, yeah. Come on and get in. We're going to keep it PG because Mini Me is in the car with me right now. We just are going home from the bus stop.
I eat toes.
And she has tumbling in a little bit, so she's going to have to go home. And usually the routine is we go home, I get her a snack, and she gets changed, and her sister takes her to tumbling. Or sometimes she rides with the neighbor. And she's gone for about an hour.
I eat toes.
Stop, Emma. And then she comes home good and exhausted. What was that? A back bend or something that you guys are doing to get your certificate? Oh, a front walkover.
No, wait, a back bend.
Oh, so they're doing this thing right now where they're trying to master back bends, like on the floor. With you're gonna get struck. Uh, like when they can master a back bend without mats and just can do it on the floor with no help, they get a certificate. They're talking. So that's what she's working towards now. And then like every week they like go flip through the little hoop. They have this little hoop thing. They look like a bunch of little dogs lining up and doing a flip through the hoop. But she hasn't been doing tumbling long. She loves it. So I always encourage all my kids to do like some kind of activity like that. Her older sister did dance. Her brother did baseball. So give me your jacket. Luckily, her bus stop, she goes to school, like, her school is about 30 minutes away. She goes to a magnet school where they're on contract, like you have to sign a contract to go there. But it's one of the best schools in my area, and so her bus stop is just at the end of our street, so it's so convenient. I love it. So yeah, that's a little peek into my life in the afternoon. And then when we walk in the house, the dogs go crazy because my pit, Judah, loves Mini Me.
I want to get in.
Go. He'll follow you in. He already ran out and got in trouble once. Hold that thought. She doesn't even care about getting a snack today. We got ducks and chickens yesterday. 2 little baby ducks and 2 little chicken nuggets. Oh my gosh, those things are so loud. So loud. Oh no, I think the neighbor's over here. Hold on. Yep, the neighbor's here to see the ducks and the chickens, but they're so loud. Bye, Jason. Well, you guys, I didn't intend to piss anybody off today, but I guess I did. So, I don't know. I'll never promote anyone's pendants ever again because I'll be told to go fuck myself. They are little cuties. They swim around in my kitchen sink every day. Like my oldest daughter brings them out, and I hate that because as soon as she puts them in the water, they crap in the water, and I'm like, ugh. I'm very particular about stuff like that, so I had to scrub the sink, like had to deep clean the whole sink and all the surrounding areas over a little duck poop. But that's just gross. But they're so little, and they have to stay they have to stay in my house for a month and a half before they can go outside. No sleep whatsoever because they just all night long. Pink Mean Girl pendants. Yes. But like in the shape of what? I know they do poop all everywhere. I used to manage a petting zoo and we had like ducks and geese running around, and that was the worst. Like, because we used to do field trips, and I would be out there like walking these little kids around, and they're like, chicken poop. They didn't know it was duck poop. But yeah, everywhere in the shape of boobies. Kaz, you're always thinking about tatas. If you need a picture of yourself made with big knockers, you just see Kaz. She made like pictures of me, and my boobs have never looked so good. Big with a Flava Flav clock, yes. And it would always be set to 5 o'clock because it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Get white girl wasted at 5 every day. Not me though. I don't really drink that much. But when I do, let me tell you, I'm tons of fun. until I fall asleep. A behind bars pendant. Lady Grace gonna get me in trouble if I say his name and get told to go screw myself next. Yes, Kaz made Texas Kim's Tata pick. I had mine set as my avatar for a long time. Hang on. I wonder if I can do it while you guys are still on here. Probably not. Next time I go live, I'll have my Kaz booty pick as my avatar. Yep. Well, you guys, how long have we been on here? An hour and 40 minutes? Is anyone else going live that I could send everyone to? I guess you guys, if you wanted to, you could go listen to Ernie. Who's in the bushes? Oh, it's starting to get hot now. Crap. My body just doesn't. My body just doesn't regulate temperatures. I think I'm going through menopause. I'm always hot. So I think next time I go live, what do you guys want to talk about? I want to talk about. I could tell you guys some stories. I have lots of fun stories I could tell. We could listen to music. There was a good conversation going on in Steffer's chat yesterday morning, I think. We were talking about Kurt Cobain and the grunge scene. And see, when you have conversations like that, you find people that you have similar interests with. Chaos and Roses, I think it was she and I. We have similar tastes in music. Have my thyroid checked? Yeah, I need to do that. It recently started. Oh. But, I do a lot of physical activity too. So it's hard for me to tell when I'm actually hot for a reason or not. But yeah, I'll definitely have that checked out. Because unfortunately, my mom passed away pretty early. She was 63. And I don't want that to be me, I have big things I'm looking forward to in life. So I want to be around as long as I possibly can. So it's always important to stay on top of your health. Eat right, take care of yourself. I don't always eat right because I love Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows and things like that. I try. I really try. Drink lots of water. You want to co-host with me? Okay. We'll do it. It probably won't be this week. It'll be one day next week, but I'll get with you in our super secret planning and plotting chat, and we'll set up a day, and we'll do that. So, you guys, that's what we're going to do. Texas Kim is going to co-host with me, and it's going to be up to the chat to throw out topics, and we'll spend, 5-10 minutes on each topic, or however long it goes, I guess. So that'll be fun. I've done something similar before, I did 2 Ask Me Anything streams where people could submit questions ahead of time, and then I would write all the questions down and then do a live and went over all the answers, and that was kind of fun. But people probably get tired of hearing about me, so we could do Ask Texas Kim Anything. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do it where you guys just fire off questions in the chat and we'll talk about them. Within reason, guys. Don't bring some crazy topic here, okay? Because we do have to censor ourselves to keep the YouTube gods happy. What else?
I'm trying to stretch it to a full 2 hours, but I don't think I'm going to make it another 15. But I appreciate all of you for being here. Um, I don't think we got into too much trouble over here today. We'll see, though, with the aftermath. I got to go see what's being said about me right now. Um, but yeah, I hope all of you have an amazingly awesome evening. Hug your loved ones. You never know if tomorrow is going to come. Don't be assholes to others and expect better treatment in return. And I will see all of you next time. Love your faces.